it's Emma Mills here and welcome to episode 26 of MiTV. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to work with a VA, whether you're already doing it or whether you're thinking about it. There are a few things you should always have in mind when you outsource a task. So number one is, no matter what that task is, there will always be a process of some description behind it, and with the process will come some training. So I would say that with any good VA service, there will always be, at the very beginning when you sign up to a new service, processes created and decided upon. Whether you already have them and can hand them across, brilliant. If you don't have them, then that service should work with you to create them. So, and also training. There should always be an element of training in how things need to be done. You should always also, point number two, allow for feedback. So just because you've done one thing in a certain way in your business, you should always have that loop available that your VA, PA, EA can say to you, well, actually, you do it this way, but this might be a better way. There's a new piece of software. What about if we just change this element of it? You should always allow for feedback in the relationship as well. Point number three is that having a good VA service is always about trust as well. So you're trusting this company to provide your first impression, to deal with your customers. So within that trust, I always think it works better if you should allow a little bit of autonomy, that things will happen that don't always strictly follow the process, things they have to deal with. You should always allow a little bit of autonomy for your VA to get things done, to make decisions, and to represent you in the very best way. And point number four, which feeds on from the training and the processes, is that when you create these processes and training, you should always have a very clear picture of what good looks like. So when the VA delivers a task, what is the end result that you need? What does that look like? Is it clear in your mind? Because if it's not clear in your mind, what is going to come back to you is not necessarily what you're looking for. You know, whether you give a piece of research and you were expecting it to be presented in a lovely PDF document and it comes back in a spreadsheet table as an example, if what is in here you haven't articulated as to what you really want, then there's always going to be a problem in between. So you have to be very clear about when you hand over a task. What does it look like for you? What is good when it's achieved? Those are my 4 points for working with a VA. So define training and processes, allow to give feedback, always have trust and autonomy, and understand in your head what good looks like, and everybody will be happy. So I hope that helps to get your head out of the dirt and into the cloud, and I will see you next week for episode 27. See you then. Bye-bye.